Hey there YouTube, it's Nick with Feeding Fitness. Today's video is going to be on the topic of setting goals. And I feel like a part of the reason I've been so successful with my progress and other people I see that have high levels of success, they set goals and they did more than just simply write down some lofty things on a piece of paper and do their best to obtain them. They set reasonable goals and then tracked actively how they were moving in the direction to obtain those goals. And this is what I think a lot of you guys need to do. I think everybody has goals. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to bench press 250, so on and so forth. But that's it. They write down the goal and then that middle step is whatever, and then you're just supposed to end up at the goal after a given period of time. It's that middle part where you do all the work that's the most important part, and you need to track this. So first thing, your goal should kind of be measurable. Try and set a measurable goal. While a goal to look good is fine, make it a little more measurable. It's hard to measure look good. I want to be at a certain body fat. I want to have visible abs. You can at least measure that. Are my abs visible? Yes or no. Not just I want to look good or I want to look better. And then you need to set your time frame for your goals. And I think it's good to have some short-term goals, some intermediate goals, and some long-term goals. Now, short-term goal to me is 8 to 12 weeks. Something that's obtainable in the short term. I feel like 8 to 12 weeks is the shortest period of time to really notice anything in your physique or to gain a meaningful amount of strength or anything like that. So that's why I consider that short term. So a good short term goal might be to lose 12 pounds over the next 12 months. And that's a very measurable goal because every week you can look, well, how am I progressing towards my goal? It's perfect, An intermediate goal, more like, maybe like a year-long goal. A year-long goal could be, I want to take my bench press from 185 for 5 to 225 for 5. That's a great goal, and it's measurable. Every week in the gym, you write down how many times you're doing your bench press and you see how you're doing. Then finally, a long-term goal can be a little more lofty. A long-term goal is, what's your end game? What are you in this for? For some people, a long-term goal might be a certain strength they want to achieve. It might be to, have a high level of muscle with a low level of body fat. It might be to run a marathon or do some kind of a sporting event. So your long-term goal can be as lofty as you want. It doesn't quite have to be as measurable as the other two because it is kind of lofty, but at the same time, you should still be able to show how you're making active progress towards that long-term goal. And a long-term goal could take 2, 3, 5, 10 years to complete. That's why it's long-term. But you can see why it's important for that not to be your only goal. If your only goal is this lofty thing that's 5 years away, it's going to be very hard to stay focused on it. So really, if you're meeting your short-term goals, they in turn should help you meet your intermediate goals, which in turn should help you meet your long-term goals. It's all building on each other. And that's just the way I approach things, and I think it helps you to be able to track your progress. Then you can sit down, yes, I achieved my goal, great, what's my next one? No, I didn't achieve my goal. Well, I've got my progress written down, now I can identify why I didn't. What needs to change so this next go around I can achieve my goal? Because this is all an active process. And you're not going to make every goal you set. And I think it's important sometimes to set some goals that are going to be very hard to achieve, maybe even unlikely that you'll achieve them, because that's going to push you to try even harder. And maybe even though you don't meet that goal, you actually accomplished more than you would have if you would have set a much easier goal for yourself. So don't feel crushed if you don't always make your goals, but that's a good learning experience. You can break down why you didn't meet your goal and then proceed to fix it for the next time. So that's really all I have to say about setting and achieving goals. It's something kind of basic, but I think a lot of people don't do it. I think a lot of you guys don't write down what your goals are and actively track your progress. I think a lot of you have goals, but they're not measurable and you're not tracking your progress, which in my mind defeats the whole purpose of having the goal in the first place. So But yeah, that's all I have to say there. Please like the video if you found it informative. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Questions, comments below or over at the Facebook page, facebook.com/feedingfitness. And I'll see you guys next time.